Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. Can I have food in my teeth? Listen, some of you may know, new puppy, really tired. Do I have to say anything else? But hey, that's what I've chosen for my life. So today we have a reaction video for you. I am reacting to some things that you have all tagged me on Instagram. Pretty much it, really. But just before we go ahead and throw ourselves into that day, if this is your first time on my channel, hi. My name's Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist here on YouTube and also in real life, and it's my goal to help you become a pro yourself or just someone who's really, really good at makeup. Itchy nose. That feels horrible. What's going on? So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then please consider subscribing. So the reasons I make videos like these reaction ones is in no way to tell you to stop doing your makeup like this. It's in no way to tell you to stop having fun with makeup and being creative. Creativity and individuality have no rules, but makeup does have a theory, and it's there to kind of just make things look as great as it can look. And that's kind of been lost in the social media world of makeup, where we're standing in front of bright lights and all that kind of stuff. If you want to see how much lights make a difference to makeup, check out this video here. I'll put a little thing there and I'll link it below. And I basically turn off all my lights one by one to show you how the makeup looks, my makeup looks. And I don't do like heavy makeup. I do really natural makeup on myself. But it's just to kind of so you can get an idea of how lighting makes everything look perfect. I get a lot of people saying how they used to try some like online techniques, and fair enough, they may work for some people, but for everyone else, not so much. So it doesn't mean you're doing your makeup wrong. It just means that what you saw probably isn't right. Okay, let's get straight into it. Where do I go first? Okay, let's start with the first one. So I was tagged in this, and I sometimes get confused whether people are tagging me because they think something's done really bad or if they think something's done really good. This to me is a really beautiful way to do contour. What I find people do with contour nowadays is they kind of draw where they want contour to be, like people do with eyeshadow, not bearing in mind that they have to blend it out to somewhere. So say they want to contour this whole area here, they'll just go ahead and cover that whole area instead of applying a small amount of product and then blending it into that area. In this video, the artist is applying a tiny bit of color with the knowledge that they are going to blend it out with a bigger brush to make it look more buffed out, more realistic, more in texture and in tone with the skin. That's a really nice way to do it. You don't have to draw where you want everything. I hope that makes sense. You can apply a tiny bit and then buff it into place. Okay, so that looks really stunning. There's a few things, apart from, of course, excessive makeup and the wrong skin tone, there's a few things in there that if this person is selling a service as a professional makeup artist, there's a few things in there that concern me in terms of hygiene. Dropping the product on the skin, the pipette, the long bit, touching the skin or potentially touching the skin and then going back into the product is a huge hygiene risk as a makeup artist. If you infect someone's skin or do something, you never know what can happen. You have to be really careful and protect yourself. That's why you should also be insured as a makeup artist. The excess moisture and excess use of priming the skin and basically having this kind of damp surface of the skin, using brushes and then going back into powders and products, and all that moisture being on the brush, going back into a product, on the brush, going back into a product, is also unhygienic for your product. Using the applicator that comes in the lip product itself is extremely unhygienic if you're then going to use that product in your kit. Not saying this person was, maybe it's like a sponsored thing and they just want to show the product. But if you're going to do that as a makeup artist, I personally like to use something disposable, dip it in, put the product on another surface, and then take my brush and go from that surface, that clean surface. This double dipping is so unhygienic. As a makeup artist, I have to be honest with you. I don't feel you need professional training to be taught how to be artistic. You need it for the techniques, the theory behind makeup. They can't teach creativity, but they can teach hygiene. They can teach you how to ensure yourself. They can teach you how to ensure your kit, how to get clients. All that stuff that isn't taught to you online. Different lighting situations. You know, I think it is important to learn in that sense. I just want to watch that twice. So there's the main issue with me with this one is when you're doing a liquid liner, the best way to apply a liquid liner and get that flick is to just go really quickly and flick it out. They're using the pointed side down this way. You kind of, if anything, drag it that way. If we're going to use it as a stamp almost, or as a guide, surely the point should be on the outside to give you that point. And then stamp it on. That doesn't make sense to me. This is the thing with like most like eyeliner hacks is the most difficult part for a lot of people, and I've learned this through teaching people makeup, is that they find it really difficult just to get the straight lines. So a hack like this is like, okay, so print it on and then you have to do the rest of the straight lines yourself. That doesn't make sense. That's the hardest part. The best thing to do with liquid liner is just to fucking go for it. Hold it, flick, flick, wham. You know, don't, none of this hesitation. You'll get feathery lines if you do that. Don't come in this way either, because then you have to keep going over and trying to create that point. If you flick out that way, you're gonna get a perfect point. Did I react to this one already? I can't remember. Or something like it. She's using fake tan as a contour basically and sleeping with it. Here's my one issue. I mean, it probably definitely works. The only issue with me and fake tan on some skin surfaces is that it can look a little bit patchy. In real lighting, she's using a yellow toned light here, so it's gonna look perfect and smooth. Whereas in white lighting, which is like outside in blue lighting, for example, or white lights, it's gonna look completely different. It's gonna look like patches of orange. Even if you get a good fake tan, I'm not into that. No. No. After further research into this person doing their makeup is part of a multi-level marketing company, and they tend to be known for these like ridiculous ways of promoting their product. Here's the thing: despite all that, with doing things like this. First of all, with contouring, you still have to contour within your skin tone and within your skin depth. If you're going to go really, really dark and you have a lighter skin tone, it's not going to sit right on your skin. You're going to have to blend for ages. You're going to have to end up using other colors. Using your fingers like that as well, just to draw everything on and to make it look easy. It's not easy. That's not easier in any way at all. You could have saved so much time. This isn't quicker. This isn't easier. And it looks patchy. A cream product like that, you leave it long enough to warm up on the skin, it's going to get thicker, it's going to get denser, and you're going to have to like really work to blend it in, and you're going to get unevenness, especially the way she's blending it. She needs to be blending out to her hairline, and especially here, blending out that way if she's going to do this, because that looks patchy. I don't like that at all. That looks amazing. I think we're very spoiled with makeup nowadays. I need to powder my face, hey. Yeah, I think we're really spoiled with makeup nowadays, that we have so many textures and so many different products that can be used on the lids, and makeup is becoming very quickly developed at very affordable prices as well. Back in the day, pencils were amazing as eye primers, or amazing as other shadows or creamier eyeshadows, where we didn't really have that many options. I mean, we had the options for creams, but you know, like it was a quick, easy fix. It was a quick, easy method, and a really effective one as well. So using pencils as eye bases, eye primers, and to blend and get that depth of color is a really, really amazing technique. I think that looks stunning. Did I stick out this one as well? I swear I've done this one already. Here's the thing with just going down the edges of your nose when you're contouring your nose, is not everyone has the same nose. Say this so many times. Let's say, for example, my nose. If I went just down the edge of my nose, right from up here, what I'm doing is deepening these areas here, and then my nose naturally comes out here, and then dips in, and then comes out again. So then I'm pushing this area further in, and then further in here. So if anything, I'm making this look smaller, this look bigger, this look small in comparison. So when you're looking at your nose, when you're contouring your nose, think about, first of all, most of the time I only do down the middle, because I'm like, I can't be bothered to level my nose out. So I'll highlight the middle of my nose. But if I was to contour my nose properly, I would only contour this area here to darken that area, and then maybe underneath my nose here, because that's what I want to push in. Contouring is pushing in. To highlight is to bring out. So if you're just contouring down the side of a nose, you're still going with that texture, that shape. You're still going with a shape. You're not leveling it out, because then you're making everything equal again. It does. That is so difficult to describe. It's like imagine like like a wave like this, right? If I just get like a darker color and just go whoop whoop whoop, these bits still look higher, bits still look lower, you know. Whereas if I was to contour just the higher tips and lighten the lower bits, it would level itself. Does that make sense? I'm not science. I'm not science. Okay, so this person clearly gave up halfway through, because there's suddenly a really nice sharp line under their brow when they cut it. So they've obviously just drawn it back on. I've seen this so many times, and it's honestly one of the dumbest hacks I've ever seen in my life. Hacks are meant to make your life more simple. I think it's so dumb. There's no evenness of depth of color. If you're just doing this with your finger and you have like a denser patch here, lighter patch here, you're not going to get through the denser patch here. You're gonna get just on the lighter patch. Whereas if you go with a pencil, you can fill in the bits that you need to fill in. Also, then going over or around the brow with a makeup remover, because a dry cotton bud isn't going to do that. We can see that from this video. although you feel like it's dried out, it's gonna slowly bleed and eat into that brow makeup. So it's so stupid. And there's another one with a girl and she has like a pure black eyeshadow and does it. It just looks so ridiculous. This is another. I get this sent to me. I can't remember if I reacted to this one. I get sent this one a lot because it's like, does this work? Does what work? Well, does what work? What? 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 I don't understand what it's meant to do. It doesn't make my lip feel bigger. It doesn't do anything. This literally does nothing, and it's a waste of a cotton bud. My ones are planet friendly. But and also as well, you miss the corners of your lip. Whenever you talk, you're gonna have this fleshy bit here. That does absolutely nothing. If you want an easy way to apply a liquid lip like that, just use a separate brush. The brushes that come with most liquid lipsticks are really horrible to use. Grab a lip brush, a really fine lip brush, or line your lip first, and then you'll be more confident shading in that shape. This is so dumb. That was really horrible to watch. Actually, please don't squeeze your lips. Do anything with your lips like that. What it does, I mean, it's gonna plump it for a second, but all it's doing is literally plumping it for a few minutes. It's not a permanent pout. It's not a permanent anything. It's just a few. Look, you can see. Oh, it's awful. It's awful. Although it's nice to think that there's glosses out there that will make your lips plump all day. They don't. It's a few minutes. We all know that, if we're lucky. Okay, so this is another one. I'll show you the one I always get tagged. And so this one, I mean, you know what? A triangle is a very good like point, if that makes sense. It's a really nice structure to go by. However, don't take it as a literal draw a triangle on your face. There are points you can highlight to make the face look naturally lifted. So think of it like the points of a triangle. There's a point here, there's a point here, there's a point here, there's a point here, depending where your triangle is. So that's a good method. You don't need to draw an actual triangle on your face, especially here. It gets to that point where it actually just kind of looks shiny here. Can you see my forehead? And don't go around the brows like that either, because it kind of just looks. Listen, I know I always take pieces just for entertainment purposes only. So it's nothing against the girl in this video. She looks great. Don't draw a literal triangle on your face. No. Okay, so clearly that does nothing. Highlighting here, absolutely yes. Why would you then contour to push inwards and then add blush? That doesn't make sense at all. Absolutely highlight all the way up there. Contour, when you're lifting up, you can't really start it here because then you're dipping in, and then what's happening here? Are you going to contour that whole area as well? If you're going to contour, if you want your face lifted, scoop it around like this. You still want to take your cheekbone up like this. Your cheekbone's here. You still want to hollow out your cheekbone. Starting it here and then just contouring this tiny patch literally does nothing. All right, well, we certainly saw some things today. You know what? As I always say, take these videos that you see online as for entertainment purposes only. People have to catch your eye. They have to be slightly clickbaity. They have to do something that will go viral, that all these makeup pages will share, be like, 1 or 2, yes or no, which hack will you try, you know, things like that. So let's cut them some slack. Hey, they know what they're doing. But don't take everything you see literally. Don't take it as pure solid gospel, because it's really not, like, you know. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Please go ahead and follow me on my social medias. Media? Please consider subscribing if you want to. If you're not into me yet, try a few more videos. You never know, we might click. Also as well, if you are watching me and you haven't yet subscribed, but you've been watching me because I keep coming up and you recommended, and you want to subscribe, then please do. I just realised recently that there's a few creators I've been watching, but because they come up as my recommended so much, I just haven't subscribed and it hasn't come into my mind to subscribe yet. So I've done that. I hope you had an amazing weekend. I will see you tomorrow, Monday, for some ghost stories, and then Wednesday and Sunday and so on. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.